Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Zach Young, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we're joined by Steve ROI Brown, founder of ROI Online, a digital marketing and business growth agency that helps entrepreneurs build smarter, AI-powered marketing and sales systems designed to drive measurable ROI. Steve is a marketing strategist and AI pioneer on a mission to make artificial intelligence practical, accessible, and profitable for everyday businesses. He's the author of the best-selling book, The Golden Toilet. I'll ask about that. And creator of Growth Stack CRM, tools and frameworks that help companies clarify messaging, automate key processes, and scale with confidence. Steve, a very, very warm welcome to Founders Future.
Well, thanks for having me, Zach. I'm proud to be here.
Absolutely. Going to be a great episode. We clearly have a lot to dive into. Before we do, I do like to start with your background, though. So before ROI Online, can you walk us through what were you doing previously and what was really your inspiration to get into this space?
Zach, I was a hardcore outside sales person for three companies in particular, 4 years each. My job was to grow their market share, was to get out, hustle, find new clients, sign them up, hand them to the company and go find another. And that was back in the day, cold calling. And my last gig, websites were starting to be kind of a little thing. In my last gig, I took the initiative to modify or upgrade the meager website that company had. And in that experience, I experienced two things: what it's like as a business to go and get a website upgraded and designed, and then on the other side, what it was like to receive a form that someone filled out on the website asking and being interested in what I was selling. When you compare it and contrast, cold calling, 1 out of 10 would maybe give you a little time out of their day to listen about what it was that you needed to get them to buy onto to make your quota, or 1 out of 5 who would fill out a form, ask you to come see them, and it would be an easy close. It was like a no-brainer to me from that experience.
Absolutely. But cold calling is a good way to cut the teeth.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it'll teach you to take a no, how to take a no, right? You got to take no's.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of the process, right? So I love that though. So you were at the forefront when business kind of started to turn towards online. Am I right there?
Absolutely. And from that lesson, my, I started my agency after working. My last gig was with a web design firm. I was working for them, and I realized now here I'm on the other side of the coin. People were coming in, they were vulnerable, they didn't know what to ask for, but the gist of every person that I talked to was like, hey, I need a website designed. It needs to help my business in some way, and I don't know who to trust. And so over time, I saw that was the common theme, and I had been in their shoes because I'd been helping set up the website as the example that I shared. And so when I saw that the horse that I was on was going to die from under me, and I didn't have any future to look forward to, I had to call myself on a carpet. I was critical of that business, truthfully, and how it was being ran. And I thought I knew more than the owner of that business that had the whole backstory and had all these other things going on. And one day it dawned on me, Steve, if you're so smart, you need to step up and start your own business. No, but it's scary. But I did. And then that's what began ROI Online.
And how long ago was this, Steve? When was ROI Online born?
Going on 14 years ago.
14 years, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Just coming out of a pretty good economic downturn. Quite a time to start a business.
Yeah. Yeah, caught a wave. We just, it seems like every time we stepped up to the plate, things are going well. We got that business took off, and then with just a matter of maybe 7 years, we had like 20 employees. We were winning awards. We had significant revenue, and that was that part of the story.
There's a few different parts of the story. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm
Yes.
sure. We're gonna just for sake of time, and we could talk about this for an hour, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Let's fast forward to the present today. Right. I'm sure
Yes.
the business has gone through different iterations throughout the years as they do. Could you walk us through ROI Online today? What does working with Steve and Co look like? Who are you typically working with? Everything like that.
Yeah. So it's still the same thing. We're working with business leaders. We're helping them clearly communicate their value to their audience, to their prospect, to their customers, and their team. And the current iteration of ROI Online is that I help business leaders clarify their value and communicate it into an executive content engine. What means I interview them, I download their subject matter expertise on the fly in the moment during a live stream. We build a custom GPT, we drop that into a system, and we're able to take that content that we download every week from their genius into blogs, social media posts, proposals, whatever they need. We're taking that, putting it, and dropping it into the AI systems so
Hmm.
that they're found, that they communicate on brand, on voice, them, their team, everybody.
Got it. Okay. Business leaders, any specific business niche you guys find yourself working in? Or, I mean, this sounds like it could be applied to just about any business owner out there.
It could be applied to any business leader out there, but specifically, they have a unique product that is a niche product. It's a progressive, they're progressive minded. They already understand that they have a responsibility to talk about this on a regular basis, but they're busy running a company.
Hmm.
So they feel it. They don't know how to do it. They're a little bit overwhelmed. So those folks really gel because they'll follow good leadership. They'll follow a good plan. They just show up, no prep, download their, answer the questions on the fly and get back to running their company. We do the rest.
And you pump everything else out. That sounds like a
Hmm.
no-brainer.
Hmm.
It seems like AI, it's obviously been around for a while, right? It's become kind of mainstream in the last year or two. When did you really get into AI and how did that process come about?
I was on my live stream today on AI Made Simple Live. I was talking about this started 4 years ago. Well, actually, a little bit sooner before that, there was a product called Jarvis. We have a content team. I had people that wrote content that were specialized in the process of story. Story brand was, we were specialists in story brand. But over time, you need to be able to scale that. You need to produce, be more prolific. So I started learning about Jarvis, and then when ChatGPT came online, we quickly embraced it, became experts in it, train our clients, create custom GPTs for them so that they can use it, show them how to adopt it,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's the game changer. It's the if you weren't prepared for COVID, you're going to if you and you're not prepared for AI, you're going to experience a similar frustration. So
Mm.
we help folks get prepared and be set up for success in the future.
Yeah, it's a part of the future. It's going to
Hmm.
be no matter how many people don't want it to be,
Hmm.
it's here and it's not going away. That is
That's
for sure. So,
yeah.
Steve, the AI systems you're implementing, can it do video? Can it make video content for the business leaders?
Yeah. So recently, the Gemini 3 rolled out. You know, ChatGPT was this great tool. We learned it. It was like the iPhone moment where it just made sense, easy to use, and many people adopted. That's what ChatGPT's done. It's woken up the world as far as what advantages embracing AI chat tool.
Mhm.
Google was kind of slow, it seemed, but they have you already in house if you're using Gmail. So you're using their docs, their email, their calendar, their slides, their Meet, all the products that Google offers. And now all of a sudden Gemini 3 has come out. And the significance of Gemini 3 is it's multimodal, meaning it's not just text. It can create images, it can create videos, and it can do this all in the workplace that you're already in. Okay, meaning that you're already in your docs, you're already in your spreadsheet, you're already in these tools. And so video is the biggest challenge for any leader of an organization is to take what's in their head and clearly communicate their vision to their team or the people they follow. And vision enabled AI makes that an easy win. You think about the thought leaders that we enjoy. They wrote the books. We watched their videos. They sat down, did the work, got a framework, and then they can clearly talk about it. And it's often in video. And so now the uh, Google Gemini and Gemini 3 Pro and others, there's bringing us the tools that any leader who wants to step into this world, they've got the message, their message is legit. They just need a little help packaging it. And yes, video is integrated in that.
Mm. So it's working.
Yes,
There are good, clear AI videos out there that people
yes.
do not know that it's AI.
Um, I think if you're exposed to it, now have you noticed that when you're looking on X or you're looking at posts and you see these, your mind is going just like when you used to call the electric company. Is this a recording or is this a live person? Right? That's where our minds are watching videos now. We
Yeah.
suspect it's AI generated or at least AI augmented.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's a funny time. I had a AI business come on one time, and I was 95% sure that I was talking to an AI model. And it was strange. And like, Steve, I'll be honest, if I'm talking to an AI model of yourself, I'm throwing away my computer because that's the best AI model I've ever seen in my life. I would believe that one, but it's an interesting time.
We'll
What?
get there. We'll get there, but then we're not there yet.
Yeah. How many years out are we?
I think it's just another year. Look, all the things are coming together. All the
Hmm.
resources, all the vectors are landing in the same place. We got this explosion in these AI data centers. We've got this explosion in chip development. We've got this explosion in the governmental. Just the Genesis mission was announced, right? And that's like the moment that the Manhattan Project in World War II, where everybody got together to win the race for the nuclear bomb, that's
Mhm.
now in play for AI. And so we're moving from a world. Here's my take. We're moving from a world of scarcity to we can embrace and start to consider we're moving into a world of flourishing, of plenty, of where where we can offload. Think about it. You and I do a job because we have passion and we like it. Okay. But there are these tasks that we do that take away from the fun part. And these are the things that claw us back down from what if we didn't have to do those? What would we dream? What would we accomplish? What would we attempt if we didn't have to pay the bill, so to speak? That's where AI is taking us. And that's where if we approach it in the right way, we can exploit this minutia power to free us up to dream. To what would you do, Zach, if you could change the world? You probably have a great idea that could impact and make things better for many people. But you're busy paying the bills, keeping your promises to your family, right? You made these promises. I'll go out and do the work. I'll pay the bills. But if you could be freed up of that, what would you do?
Hmm. Hmm. It's a very positive outlook. Not a lot of people have that.
Hmm.
You
It's
know,
true.
the interesting thing that I find, and I get to talk to a lot of cool people through this podcast. People who don't know a lot about AI, very negative. People who know a lot about AI, very positive. Is that typical for you?
Yeah, I think we're all intimidated by something that we're not aware of. Like, hey, Zach, you want to jump out of a plane? Well, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard, right? But if you went and learned how to put on a parachute, how to pack it, how to do it, how to stand, how to jump, then you'd love it and you'd promote it. And
Hmm.
that's the same thing with AI. I think that um, If you don't feel like a victim, that you have a say in the direction of how it's going to impact your life, then I think that you start to get your hands around it. That's just how we're wired. It's like
Mm,
we want to control the things, but until we understand it, we don't know what we can do with that.
well said. Very well said. Look into the back end of the business for a second, Steve. How are these business leaders currently finding you to work with you?
Usually referrals, one of the things that my business really changed is I used to think I need to hurry up and get another client, hurry up and get another client, right? And I think it's part of AI. I think that I've been able to take my existing clients and better serve them with more creative, powerful services. They already trust us. They're already in our system. Okay. And then we expand their capabilities by helping them run their business better with AI. Not
Mm,
just marketing or not just finding clients, but even business processes. So referrals, the folks that we bring in, they need to be really aligned. They need to be ready. They need to do the work, and that's a very small niche of folks.
mm,
They're going to work with me closely. Imagine, Zach, you and I had a call like this once a week. That's the commitment we're talking about. That's the experience that I'm bringing my leader through. They start to show up talking about their message in a professional studio, virtual studio, just like we have. And then
mhm,
we take this script and this content that you and I produce on the fly, and that's the exact same case. We put it into our system and our automations, my specialized team, and we make them look great, communicate their message, connect with their folks. So
mm.
it's a small group of leaders that are already convinced they need to do it. They just want to partner with the right person.
Yeah. Well, clearly you're the right guy, but it's quality versus quantity. And that's a
Absolutely.
pretty cool place to get to as a business owner.
Yeah. Yeah. It needs to be fulfilling for me.
Mm.
And if I got to twist their arm, are you going to show up? If they don't show up, I'm telling you, what inspired me was, Zach, they showed up. All right, Steve, I trust you. I'm going to show up and do this thing. Do we have to do it live? All the things that you went through before you started doing this on a regular basis. But then they get one person that says, "Hey, I saw you on that and I thought that was cool." Then the next thing they do is go, "Hey, how's my mic? How's my lighting?" They got affirmation that what they're doing is valuable beyond what they expected or what they were seeing. And
Mm.
that's the cool thing. So I want to work with folks that um, get that, right? Because it's fulfilling for me. I, they end up writing books or they have conversations that show up they never expected from areas and people just stumbled in and saw them talking about it.
Mm.
Pretty cool.
Absolutely. Steve, I would not forgive myself if I did not ask about the golden toilet. Can you
Yes.
tell us a little bit about it?
So the golden toilet right here. Stop flushing your marketing budget into your website and just build a system that grows your business. Okay. That becomes from all those conversations, the folks that showed up say, "Hey, Steve, I need to build a website." We get caught in this quicksand of what does it look like? Is the color right? We need to move the picture over? And it didn't move the needle for the business whatsoever. And when I got them to see we're building a system, a toilet is not the center of your house. When people come over, you don't go stand around and talk around the toilet during the evening, right? No, you go in the kitchen, you go out the fireplace, you go in the backyard. But if you didn't have a toilet, it'd be awkward. And that's what a website is. You have to have one, but you don't need to have a golden one. We just need to make sure it complements the rest of the house, the rest of the system.
Mm.
That's the essence of the golden toilet. It's
I like that a lot.
snarky little wisecrack way of talking about marketing in my perspective.
Well, I love it. I love it. It draws the eye. That's for sure. Steve, 2026, it's creeping up on us. I'd
Yeah.
say slowly, but I'd say probably pretty quickly. Any goals you've set for yourself in the business you're looking to achieve next year?
I'm going to work with three new leaders
Mm.
and we're going to change the world.
I love it. Clearly defined,
Hmm.
simple, but like you said, it's what you want to do. You want to work with three small number of great people.
Yep.
I love it. Steve,
Yep.
where can we find you online? Where can the listeners connect with you?
So it's roionline.com is my website. It's at Steve ROI Brown on X or LinkedIn. That's why, Steve Brown is like John Smith or Bill White. I had to brand that, My parents were nice. Said, look, Steve, we're going to give you a name. It's easy to spell. Okay. So that helped me out there, but I had to put in the ROI to differentiate myself with, I don't know how many Steve Browns there are there. I bet you there's probably about 20,000 of them. I don't know. So we had to put the ROI in the middle, Steve ROI Brown.
Steve ROI Brown. I love it. Steve, pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, Zach. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And that will wrap up another inspiring episode of the Founders Feature. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go and connect with Steve ROI Brown on all of the social media and website. All of those links will be in the show notes and description down below. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're looking to scale your business, and you really want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with our team and discover how we went from 0 to 30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing.